Et salut tout le monde, on est de retour sur Blade Runner, la Seed Edition.
Roof.
Bon, j'ai un peu progressé de mon côté, histoire de peaufiner l'enquête. J'avais oublié 2-3 trucs par-ci par-là. On va aller à Chinatown.
Real sushi was a luxury reserved only for the elite, since most sea life had become radioactive after the Third Terran War. The rest of us had to eat new sushi, soya mixed with off-world lichen.
C'est des détails qu'on n'a pas dans le film, évidemment. Si on en parlait à lui.
McCoy, LPD. I want to ask you a couple of questions.
Sorry, my man. I just don't got the time.
Beautiful night, isn't it?
When business thriving, night always beautiful.
This from your place, isn't it?
Could be. Chopstick come from Yoshi's restaurant supply.
Got to mix more out back.
This from your place, isn't it?
Yes, sir. You do Huawei favor? Distribute all through our police station?
How long has that chef worked for you?
Zubin? Just month. Superior chef makes all kinds of new sushi.
What's real fresh tonight?
Special shipment of Toro just arrived. I fix you right up. No one else. Clean as a whistle.
You're Prince, Howie. See you later, Howie.
On progresse. Je suis pas sûr, mais je crois qu'on fréquente le même restaurant que dans le film. Il y a de fortes chances. Bon. Là, je vais sauvegarder, je sais pourquoi.
Howie says you're a master chef.
You not come back here. Air bad.
This'll only take a minute. I'm looking for a girl, about 14 years old with pink hair. You seen her?
I don't know her.
There's a test I'd like you to take. It won't take too long.
Le test de
Test?
Volkov.
What kind of test?
Kind of a personality test. Totally routine.
Routine?
On parlera tout à l'heure. Alors là, faut pas que je me manque. Le seul truc que j'ai à faire, c'est justement rien faire. Du coup, je range mon arme. Là, j'aurais pu tirer, mais il se trouve que c'est pas lui. Et si je faisais ça, du coup, la mission était finie. Enfin, la partie était finie. Je tomberais dans une espèce de boucle où je pouvais plus rien faire.
Locked.
On
Locked.
s'arrête là. Je crois qu'il n'y a pas d'indice ici, je suis pas sûr. Alors le test de Voidkampf, du coup, c'est, alors pour ceux qui connaissent pas du tout ni les films, ni rien, c'est un test exécuté du coup par un Blade Runner avec une assistance mécanique qui permet du coup de repérer un répliquant en fonction de ses réponses émotionnelles.
Totally uninteresting.
On verra ça un peu plus tard sûrement.
Yuck.
Ok. Je crois qu'on est bon ici, je reviendrai. Ah mais il est plus là? On verra plus tard sûrement. C'est une plaque
Nothing even remotely
d'immatriculation.
interesting, but hell, if I was gonna root through trash, my expectations weren't too high.
Alors pour le stream de 40 et quelques minutes de la dernière fois, du coup j'en ai eu pour 18 heures de chargement sur YouTube, c'était assez fou quoi. Donc je crois que j'ai modifié 2-3 paramètres pour voir si ça prend vraiment de temps. Et non, je me
See you later, Howie.
Je crois qu'on pouvait parler avec le SDF, je m'en rappelle plus. C'est sûr qu'on rencontre plus tard, sans vouloir vous spoiler, je sais pas trop quoi. Tiens, on va parler au passant, c'est fun.
McCoy, LPD. McCoy, LPD. Ray McCoy, Rep Detect. See you later, Howie.
Roof. Roof. Laboratory. Mainframe and shooting range.
Non, je me suis planté. Pas ce que je voulais faire.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
Old copies of case files, notices, and memos. The usual station junk.
Laboratory. Mainframe and shooting range. Laboratory.
Anything else?
Zip, man. Try me later.
Pardon, excusez-moi.
Laboratory. Roof. Laboratory. Roof.
Ça, je commence déjà à tourner en rond, je sais plus ce qu'il faut faire. Il est là. Il est en train de le faire. Voilà, merci. Je vous laisse tout de suite chercher du papier.
Rumor has it you've been earning your stripes, McCoy.
Working on it.
Keep it up. You just might have a future in this business.
I understand it's got a hell of a retirement plan.
You VK the mark before retirement?
Didn't have to.
That's why they call it the magic.
I'm starting to understand.
You ever retire a human, your career is over. Remember that. I checked with UN Air. Looks your rep swung that Moonbus massacre last month.
They ever find the moon bus?
Disappeared into thin air. Brian thinks it crashed out in the Kipple.
How many reps we talking about?
Enough. They're Nexus 6s. So don't take too much slack.
Gotcha.
Alors ça c'était Gaff, un des personnages qu'on voit dans Blade Runner. Un collègue de Ricard, du coup le héros principal. Qui me dit que du coup il faut éviter de retirer entre guillemets un être humain. Sinon c'est vraiment fin de carrière, ou ça risque de causer de gros problèmes.
Yuck.
Je crois que j'ai mon rapport à faire. Bon, quel son là. Elle est pas parfaite hein, la remaster, mais bon, quand même, ça va, ça fait le taf.
Roof. Laboratory. Roof. Laboratory. Mainframe and shooting range. Ground floor.
Bryant go on permanent leave and you get full use of the office, Lieutenant?
You'd be amazed at how accommodating a man can be after his hemorrhoids get lanced. You really been surprising the troops around here, kid. Gaff says you worked at retirement like a champ.
Just doing the job.
Yeah, well, don't get too cocky. Those sixes can be damn unpredictable.
That I know.
But I'm proud of you, McCoy. Why don't you take the rest of the day off?
Thanks.
Payments is wiring the advance to your account as we speak.
How much?
Couple hundred Chinian. Enough to buy a sandwich or two. We gotta hold back the rest until the lab does the autopsy. Paperwork, you know. Shouldn't take more than a couple of days.
So, the check's in the mail.
Hey, don't worry. The boys upstairs want to keep our best and brightest happy. Any idea what you want to spend it on?
I was thinking maybe a companion for my animal at home.
Forget that. Buy yourself something nice. Once you start carving up that juicy bacon, kid, the taste never goes away. The great things in life, believe me, you'll just be wanting more and more.
Sorry to bother you, Lieutenant. I was just checking in.
Well, get back out there. Those reps ain't retiring themselves.
Yeah, suicidal targets would make my job a lot easier.
Everybody's got a job, kid.
Allez. Bon, je suis pas sûr. Je crois que c'est la fin de la première partie. Je n'ai même pas surveillé l'heure. Du coup, je crois que je vais limiter à 1 heure de stream.
Roof.
Il va falloir que j'anticipe
Laboratory.
l'arrêt de l'enregistrement.
Roof.
Your floor number, please.
Roof. Apartments.
McCoy, 88F.
88. Thank you.
Alors, je crois que
I
McCoy...
lived with the best gal I'd ever seen. She was 2 now and full of life and love. She'd cost me about a year's salary, but she was worth it. It was good to have someone warm nearby after completing a dirty job, and the retirement swag from this case would go toward getting her a partner.
Du coup, je crois que McCoy habite exactement dans le même immeuble que Eckhard.
Here you go, baby. Dinner time.
Je suis enrhumé, ça me saoule.
Here you go, baby. Dinner time.
Alors, du coup, j'ai un Esper aussi. Non, ça sert à rien. Non, je cherche un truc sur le...
Here you go, baby. Dinner time.
Désolé. Décidément.
Zubin was the first Nexus 6 I'd come up against. There was something in his eyes, an almost primordial desire to live. Most of the 3s, 4s, and 5s I'd seen would just give up when you had them. But these 6s, they were a whole other breed.
Alors, ceux qui ont vu le film devraient tilter. C'est la copie exacte d'une des scènes où du coup Eckhard se met à la fenêtre de son appart comme ça, il y a une pluie battante, comme dans Blade Runner, d'habitude. Avec cette musique de Vangelis qui est décédé du coup cette année d'ailleurs. En parallèle, il y a un des acteurs aussi de Blade Runner, Rutger Hauer, qui est super connu. C'est trop bizarre, hein, il meurt en 2019 et c'est justement en 2019 que se déroule le film. Donc voilà. Avec cette putain de musique de Vangelis quoi, énorme. Je vais la laisser un peu. J'avoue, j'aurais été profité pour me moucher. Bon allez, on va pas abuser non plus. Un petit peu un message.
No messages. I'm in demand.
Violent street crime in the city rose again last year by a whopping 26%, according to the latest figures from the Department of Justice. Governor Kolvig attributed the change to the dramatic increase in the number of specials registered as city residents and promised a tough new set of standards for the City Immigration Bureau by next month.
Ouais. Portrait d'un privé de sommeil.
Portrait of the sleep deprived.
Je vous le dis.
Got your delivery here, man.
What?
Kingston Kitchen.
Oh, yes, right. Hold on.
Is this what the gravity be like on Mars?
Oh, no. It's about a third of what we got here on Terra. Real comfy. How about turning that dial, okay? When I say... Oh!
Please, can you control your rat?
I'll have you know that Ricky's a purebred chihuahua, and he's totally real.
Things going good at Tyrell Corporation?
Boring, boring. Old man Tyrell's been on a Wagner kick lately. He never shuts up.
You also do outside work?
Sweetie, I never go outside. It's bad for the glands.
How about Nexus 6? You know a lot about them?
I think you should be going now.
Understand good, it holds deep meaning for me now. Where be your research on Nexus 6? And your test studies, contacts, the works?
Only simulator! Expert terrestrial gravity.
One more minute, you be swallowing this explosive. 3 more minutes, they be hosing you off the True Life building across town.
No, I swear. I don't have anything. If I did, I'd give it to you.
My people sick and dying. You tell me something.
Talk to Dr. Tyrell.
Tell me something I don't know.
The organ designers, Miraji, Hannibal Chu, Luther and Lance. They're closer to him than I am.
Where?
DNA Row. They're all working down on DNA Row.
You one miserable package man.
No! No, please, don't!
Pick up.
Hope you aren't camped out there with a bottle of tequila.
Oh, very funny.
Early bird slays the worm, McCoy.
Don't worry, I'm up, Lieutenant. What's the buzz?
One of Tyrell's employees got his fat face splattered all over the marble interior of the Tyrell building.
Inside?
That's right. But we also got a sweet little break on it. Tyrell's surveillance system recorded the whole shebang.
Beautiful. How many perps?
Just one. I don't know if it's related to the Runciter deal or not. Tyrell security will have the disc for you when you get there. You'll be good, killer.
Ok. On va filer à la Tyrell.
Maggie, come here, girl.
Your floor number, please.
Roof. Roof.
Alors, est-ce qu'on va voir l'animation ou pas? Non.
McCoy, LPD.
C'est peut-être en repartant.
Just a minute.
Where do I go?
Grub test on the east wing, 66th floor. Here's the footage from the security cameras. You get a pretty good look at the man's face.
How'd he get past you guys?
He pretended to be a delivery man. Dr. Eisenduler ordered in a lot, so it didn't seem unusual.
I may have more questions for you later on.
Yes, sir.
One more thing.
I've told you everything I know, Detective. I gotta work. These monitors don't watch themselves.
Yeah, it's a tough gig.
Là, il y a un truc à pas faire, je crois. Mais je m'en rappelle plus.
Jesus.
I've seen worse, but not by much.
Learn anything?
You could strain him through a sieve.
I'd seen more dead animals than live ones in the last 24 hours, and now it was dogs. 3 of them. I thought about Maggie and nearly threw up. I'd seen more dead animals than live ones in the last 24 hours, and now it was dogs. 3 of them. I thought about Maggie and nearly threw up. The dog collar has a name on it. Ricky, maybe? I'd seen more dead animals than live ones in the last 24 hours, and now it was dogs. 3 of them. I thought about Maggie and nearly threw up.
Difficile de faire distinction entre les morceaux de cadavres et les...
A takeout box from Kingston Kitchens.
Alors le collier, le truc de livraison. Le cadavre sûrement lui-même.
Obviously, he'd been killed with an explosive, and not just because he'd been plastered on the wall with 1,000 strokes. The detonator wire I'd pulled out of his skull told the whole story. The killer was an expert. The charge had been big enough to do the job, but not big enough to shatter the soundproof walls of the float chamber. But I wondered why the killer didn't just shoot him. Disgusting. Disgusting. I'd seen more dead animals than live ones in the last 24 hours, and now it was dogs. 3 of them. I thought about Maggie and nearly threw up. The earring was shaped like an insect. I didn't know much about jewelry, but it looked like junk to me, like the cheap crap sold at the stands and shops of Animoid Row. It was a Tyrell sales brochure for the Nexus series, the kind of glossy hype that ends up littering the floor at trade shows. This one was for last year's infamous Lolita model, a big hit with the all-important dirty old man market.
D'accord. Je repasse en vue mes indices.
This earring yours?
Maybe it belongs to that other cop who was up here. The babe with the shades and the cigarettes.
Ain't her style. Call her babe to her face, you're liable to end up with a severe limp. Disgusting. Disgusting.
Lagging behind again?
Gouza didn't say anything about me working with a partner.
Oh, in a pig's ass, Slim. No, I'm following up on my own. Could be it's linked to this Tyrell debacle.
How's yours connected to mine?
I'm still fitting the pieces together. You know the Moonbus massacre that went down last month?
Gaff mentioned something about it.
The rogue skin jobs probably flew to Earth. And one of them is a demolitions expert, similar MO to your Vic upstairs.
Hell of a coincidence.
I'll call you if I find out anything more about your case.
Parler à lui maintenant.
You friendly with Eisendeller?
Most of the employees I see coming in morning and night, but old Marcus, Dr. Eisendeller, he almost never left his lab.
He afraid of somebody?
I think it had something to do with the air outside, and the germs. I once heard him complain about it.
Smart. What was his job?
GravTest chief engineer. The lab runs tests to see how a replicant would perform in different planetary gravitational fields. That kind of thing. One of the other engineers could tell you more.
How do I get in to see the big boss?
You don't, unless he wants to see you.
Okay. How do I make him want to see me?
Well, you could call his personal assistant.
Who is?
Don't know offhand.
Yeah, I get the picture. You know if anyone lost an earring like this one lately?
Not one of the employees, that's for sure. The boss enforces a strict dress code around here.
How did Eisendoller's moo-moo fit in?
Hey, you know, company rules only apply to the lesser mortals.
I may have more questions for you later on.
Yes, sir.
Laboratory. Roof. Laboratory. Mainframe and shooting range.
Je vais pas tarder à vous laisser, je pense que ça, on s'approche des 1 heure. Voilà, je ferai le relevé d'indice plus tard ou on va le faire maintenant. Normalement on a 12.
Scanning video disc. One enhanceable image found. Adding enhanceable photographs to Kaya database. Tyrell Grav Test Lab.
Alors, je crois qu'il y a l'arme en question. Salut Ricky.
The dog collar has a name on it. Ricky, maybe? Give me a hard copy of that.
Voilà. L'explosif.
A bomb. Give me a hard copy of that. The earring was shaped like an insect. I didn't know much about jewelry, but it looked like junk to me. Like the cheap crap sold at the stands and shops of Anemoid Row. Give me a hard copy of that. A takeout box from Kingston Kitchens. Give me a hard copy of that.
Bon, bah, je crois que c'est tout.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
On va aller voir si le laborantin a quelque chose pour nous, je vais vous laisser là.
Laboratory.
Ah bah il est pas là.
Mainframe and shooting range.
During his last election campaign, Governor Kolvig promised a bold new plan of action to clean up the worst regions of the highly toxic debris that surrounds our city, the so-called Kipple. Just how much progress has been made since then? We spoke to the governor just before his weekly meeting with the city council.
Our studies have shown that the Kipple's effect upon Los Angeles is minor. The radiation and toxic waste is contained in relatively small pockets, all miles distant from the city center. Nevertheless, cleaning things up out there is a worthwhile goal, especially with the thousands of specials living on the city fringes. For now, all I can say is that we're looking at several options, and I'm sure everyone will be pleasantly surprised by our final proposal.
We get a new weapons shipment?
Yeah, Guzza requisitioned a couple of cases for the assault teams.
Let me guess. He's planning on taking out a small city.
Lieutenant's a big believer in overkill.
Ça a rapport avec une affaire secondaire. Alors, tranquille.
I've gotten all I can from that. That weapons shipment just came in. You got the paperwork handy?
Why? You got a pressing need to rummage through my private files?
Yeah, I forgot you were keeping your lacy underthings in there. Look, Jack, I just want to see what they're charging for a crate of rifles these days.
Too damn much if you ask me, especially at the rate the assault teams are losing them. I guess there ain't no harm in it.
You keeping busy, pal?
Nah, the place has been pretty quiet the last couple of days.
Ok, bon, je crois que c'est là où je vous laisse. Parce qu'on s'approche cruellement de 1 heure. Je vous dis, ben, peut-être à demain. Et bon allez, vous pouvez disposer. Je vous donne votre journée. Allez, à la prochaine.